I am dating a married man and I'm wondering if he will divorce his wife and marry me. Um, those are just some of your questions. I got many of those, and today I decided to talk about that because it is something that is very common, that occurs quite often. And personally, this video comes in right in time. I mean, the current king of England is married to his affair, Camilla. The current queen of England was once an affair or a mistress to the current king of England. So I thought I would start it on a positive note. I'll be putting the questions in the video later when I edited the questions that I got, snippets of them. And yeah, let's just dive right in. Life with Rules Hope once again. If you're new here, welcome to the family, and for all the recurring members, you're always appreciated. So most of you asked me this question, and of course I've been able to answer you privately, but I thought it would be more interesting to make a video because I'm sure there are many other people out there that are going through something like that, and I'll just like to give you my point of view, and you can let me know in the comment section what do you think about that. What advice would you give to someone like that, or if you are in such a situation right now? Personally, I've never dated a married man. I almost dated one without knowing, but it's not about me today. So if you are dating a married man, for me, I would say, first of all, society will always judge you. And being a woman, I always say, don't do to someone what you didn't want someone to do to you. But then on the other hand, like I always say, if someone decides to cheat on his wife, let me put it that way, and get another woman on the side, it is him that is responsible, not the other woman on the side, because he's the one who took the vows. He's the one who is married, and it's his responsibility to safeguard his marriage. And if he decides he would like to wander out, then he's really accountable, not the girlfriend or the affair. But bringing us back to the question that I got, questions were almost like, yeah, I've been dating for this and this long. He's very loving. He takes care of me. He says he really wants to stay with me. For example, one of them that I'm talking about right now, but he said he could never divorce his wife because they have a child and all that, but he doesn't love his wife. They no longer have a life together apart from being married on paper and staying together. So for me, what I would say in such a situation, for example, if the man has put it very clear that he doesn't intend to leave his wife, you have two options. Two options being, why are you dating him? Are you dating him with the intention of getting married, or are you dating him for companionship, for fun, for many other reasons? You know, I possibly wouldn't know why someone would date a married man, but definitely there are reasons why you're probably doing that, or you're in love with him, right? So if he states it's very clear that he doesn't intend to leave his wife, but he wants to stay with you, on your side, you'd have to put your priorities clear. If you're in need for marriage, then I would advise you to definitely end that relationship and give your soulmate a chance to find you. Because the more time you waste with this married man, the more likely that you won't find your partner, because you'll be committed in a relationship that actually doesn't exist. On the side of the man, I consider that extremely selfish and not really manly, because if you are not happy in a relationship, if nothing is working, it's only fair to your wife, to your family, even when you have kids, to put a cut to it, to end it, and also give your wife the chance to move on. Because if I'm married to someone who no longer loves me, who no longer feels anything for me, who doesn't care about me whatsoever, and he's even dating other women, he's kind of cheating me of my life. You know, you are there, maybe the wife even is not even having an affair also, and you're married to someone that is actually not married to you, you know. So if you're in a relationship or a marriage that is not working anymore, and you've done everything possible and you're sure this is the end, it will be only fair and man enough to end it. But now I'm talking on behalf of my ladies that asked me. So if the gentleman has made it clear, I would advise you to work out a plan B. In her situation, she was telling me he really takes care of her financially, emotionally, supports her in every way, but she desires to get married to him. Is there a possibility that he'll marry you? tough one. Really tough one. I think the only possibility would be if the wife finds out and decides to divorce him. Probably such a coward man would definitely then think of marrying you. But otherwise, it's a waste of time, and I don't see why you should put yourself in such a situation where someone doesn't really choose you. And in some cases where a man says, I love you and I'll do anything and everything for you, but I would never divorce my wife, it means he will really never divorce her. And probably they're not even very unhappy like he says, but it's just a man who likes to have his cake and eat it all, you know. They're men who just want more than one woman, who are not satisfied with one woman. There's a video I made about marriage where it's just a food for thought, where I asked, is marriage a scam? We have to be realistic, and that's what I said in that video. There's a possibility, or it's only natural and logical, that you can never have one person satisfy and meet all your needs. But if you decide to go in a marriage, in a monogamous exclusive relationship, then you make a conscious choice and decision to be with this one person for as long as you're happy, for as long as it works, you know. So personally, I don't condone that, but it's not for me here to decide, and I'm not judging anyone. And then the other lady who asks, the man has never stated it. He just says he loves her and he doesn't want to lose her, and he also takes care of her in every sense. But the interesting bit is this married women that are dating you, you're not really having him. You have the feeling you have him, but you're not having him. Like, you can't call him whenever you want. They can't SMS whenever they want. If it's a weekend, then it's a no-go zone. So you're actually in a relationship, but not in a relationship. You're lonely, you know. For that lady, there were other reasons that I won't name here for out of respect for her. But my advice to her was, if she's not in a hurry to get married, she could keep him around, because I think dating a married man is the same as having a casual relationship. When you're in a casual relationship, it's all about companionship, it's all about the sex, the fun, you know. So if marriage is not her end goal, she can keep him around, but also keep her options open, you know, not focus so much on, oh my God, I hope he marries me, because you go crazy and you'll be very disappointed. And then basically work on a plan B. Maybe stay out in the dating world as you hope, and keep avenues open for your soulmate to find you before you waste your time on this married man, you know. Again, like I said, it's a 50-50. That's the response that I always give. I know, even in my own circles, I know people who have been married and have left their wives to marry their affairs or their mistresses. I know that is possible. Problem is where you can never be sure. In those cases where it has worked out that a man leaves his wife and marries a girlfriend, I would say, when you think about it in a psychological manner, men are not really like women. Men don't like unknown things. Even when they're maybe done with you, some of them don't have the balls to say, we end it. You know, they will wait for you to end it, or they will wait for the wife to file for the divorce. So that's why I said in the beginning, unless you're lucky and the wife finds out and divorces him, probably he won't be having the guts to divorce the wife, because there's a lot at stake. And unfortunately, it's actually most of the time not love, but like in the European world, it's about financial stuff, you know. And that's why I'm so not keen about marriage anymore. Or if I do, probably to be with prenuptials, you know, because I don't want someone to stay with me just because he's scared of sharing property or sharing money, things that we're just going to die and live here in the world, you know. But that's how it is. Most of the men actually stay because they're like, oh my God, the repercussions of a divorce, the stress, and then becoming a weekend dad and all that. But yes, it is very possible that someone is very unhappily married and he just doesn't have the guts, you know, to call it quits. So really, your decision depends on what your priorities are, what your intentions are, and the decision, I would leave it to you. Do I judge you? No, I don't. Would I do that, or do I think it's okay? Personally, no. But in most cases, like I said, when you meet someone, especially men who are married, they don't tell you they're married. You get to find out later when you're already in knee deep. Knee deep means probably you've even already developed feelings for him and you're not sure, you know, and then they will tell you all kinds of stories. So really that decision is up to you. There's a 50-50 chance. There's a 50% chance that he will divorce and marry you, and then there's a 50 chance possibility that is just stringing you along. Stringing you along means he's just having an affair, he just wants to have a good time, he just wants to have his how do I call it, how do you say that in English, you know, like change of dishes, let me put it that way, if we use the metaphor of food. So he's not really, and some of them are not even having problems with their wife, they just want to have sexual experiences, explore different sexual avenues, and it has nothing to do with the wife or the current situation in their relationship. So if you ask me, for example, why do men cheat? I'm not a man, I don't know. But basically what I believe is, like I said, people cheat, be it men or women, or get other girlfriends or boyfriends on the side because maybe their partner is not satisfying their needs. For us women, most of the time we cheat because the man is emotionally not taking you there, you know. If I'm in a relationship where I'm emotionally unfulfilled, if my partner is not supporting me, if I have that feeling I'm not his priority, then a woman will probably cheat. Women rarely cheat for sex, you know. But if you feel you're not there, then most of the time women cheat. But for guys, most of the time it's actually more about sex. And that's why if you're dating a married guy, you really have to think hard and ask yourself if you have the time to waste to play second fiddle. Because if you're the girlfriend, what they call the other woman, you're always playing second fiddle. Like I said, you're never that priority. He might take care of you, he might sweet talk you and all, but you also want to spend Christmas with your boyfriend, you also want to spend holidays or special times with him, you want to be able to call him on the weekend, you won't be able to call him when you have an emergency. But if someone is married, you're always second fiddle. So you really have to decide if that's okay for you or not. And then most important of all, like if he has not stated it very clearly, you have to ask him, so what exactly are we doing? Where is this leading? Like really have a deep talk and ask him, I know you're married and I'm in love with you, unfortunately, because you're not available. And my intention is I would really love to get married. So is there a possibility that you and I are going to get married, or that's never going to happen? And if he's like, they do that a lot. He's like, I love you, just give me time, blah, 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 I'll marry you. My advice would be, you tell him, I would like us to take a break. You sort your marriage situation out. And when you're ready, you can contact me again. That way you avoid someone stringing you along. And if it's a man that is really in a situation where he's really planning to get a divorce, then you avoid him wasting your time, you know. And then you're also giving him a little push to get the guts to do that. So you're like, let's take a break, and when you're ready, we can take it from there. So I really hope I've answered your question, but I'm so curious to know, and I would really love to chat with you in the comments. Have you ever dated a married man or woman, you know? Because it's not just the men that do it. We women do it too. Married women also have affairs. So have you ever dated someone that is married? Or have you ever dated someone that is married? And if yes, did he marry you or you separated? Are you currently dating someone that is married? Or are you the person that is currently having an affair? You know, if yes, why are you doing that? I would be really curious to know. And of course, this is a safe space. We don't judge here. We don't allow bad language. So if anyone comes in the comments and really acts weird, we're definitely blocking you. It's all about social empowerment. It's all about growth. And we're just learning from each other and empowering each other. I really hope I answered your question, but for me, it was more about exchanging thoughts, getting to look a little deeply into that kind of situation, and also to give you an idea of how to go about such a situation. Lastly, before I really close off, again, like I said, whatever decision you make, if you're in such a situation, ask yourself, what are your priorities? Again, like I said, if you're not there for marriage, have fun, you know, just live your life. Life is too short to worry about things that don't even really concern you. I mean, it's his business to take care of his marriage. It's none of yours. So just have your good time. And when you feel that you want a marriage or you want to move on, get another boyfriend, you know. So my loves, that's it. Once again, as usual, don't forget to like the video, don't forget to comment, subscribe, and definitely share. We are on our road to 10,000 subscribers. I really appreciate every one of you that always shares our videos. I'm so grateful to you. And I'm sure and hoping that by the end of this month, I'm being very optimistic that we'll have made it to 10,000 subscribers. Until next time, my darlings, I love you. And for those of you that send me that questions, I wish you the best. I hope everything works out the way you wish it. And if not, there's always a plan B. When one door closes, God just doesn't open that next door, but He just blows the whole roof off and gives you endless opportunities. So live in the moment, enjoy it while it lasts, and don't take everything so deeply. Until next time, I love you.